The most important feature of list views is that when a column header is clicked, we sort the entire table, based on the contents of the selected column, either alphabetically or numerically. But there's more to a list view than that. As you can see, we set the column header font size separately, and we define either an entire row or an entire column to be selected in the cell highlight mode.
Also note that the cell invisibility is here set to collapsed. This means that if we pick a range of rows, in this case, rows 5 to 9, we can change their state from active to inactive, to force them to disappear completely.
Alternatively, if we were to set the cell invisibility to hidden, then we would produce a large gap, but the layout of the entire table would remain intact.
In this case, we want to stick with collapsed.
To change the active state of cells, we can call update rows active for a range of rows, update columns active for a range of columns, or we can select a block of cells with event update show hide cells.
In the latter case, you should set the invisibility to hidden to keep the table layout intact.
Finally, flag enable sort table by column works like this. A column header is really just a button, which when pressed, calls event simulate column clicked, which in turn calls event sort table by column contents.
Internally, we first make a copy of the column contents for the specified column in a buffer, called the row column data array.
We also have an integer index array, which, prior to sorting, is filled with sequential numbers from 0 up to the number of rows.
Event quicksort index then sorts both arrays simultaneously, based upon the data buffer. Afterwards, we have a reordered index array, which can be passed to the sort table by indices event, specifying that in this case we interpret these as row indices.
Of course, you don't have to set up all this yourself, because the sort table by column contents event will perform these tasks automatically.